Hello, my correct and wonderful people. Welcome back to Mystical Blog channel, where we give that and down Obongeges where they fly up and down from inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Fire on the mountain right now, as the Lafogido really has come in multitude inside the palace of Ile-Ife with a shocking threat to Kabiyesi. Yes, because we know that they don't have anything to do for Kabiyesi. The Lafogido ruling houses doesn't have anything to talk about with Kabiyesi apart from these their daughters wey they call Olori Ashley and Ronke in the palace, who has been committing the unthinkable inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Right now, royal war is happening in the palace right now as we dey talk to now. The Ogbongelicious gbasgbos wey just dey come from our Procodex now, from the Oduduwa press and from the social internet as we dey hear am allegedly. My correct and wonderful people, the Lafogido really has done threaten Kabiyesi o. Hey, come dey tell Kabiyesi say if im divorce the daughters or their daughters, that Kabiyesi will lose everything. What an audacity. Yes, this intriguing news will just dey come our decks made us to start laughing at the empty threat of the Lafogido really houses. Yes, we don't know what they can do, we don't know what they have next to, but we believe that in the Ile-Ife tradition, the Lafogido really houses can't only operate on their own. We have seen the kind of things the Lafogido really houses don't they do for inside the palace of Ile-Ife. We have been seeing things they have been ignoring, and Kabiyesi don't they tolerate many things from the Lafogido really house, especially the things where the daughters where they fight for don't commit. Especially wetin Ronke and Ashley don't commit inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Till now, as we dey following our talk, like the Lafogido really has never still asked Ashley to go for the DNA test. Since when Kabiyesi started saying it, since the month of February, when Ashley came back from the UK for her child verification and dedication, she has not gone for the DNA test that Kabiyesi has been telling her. And Kabiyesi has told the Lafogido really houses for a very long time that he stopped saying about it because they know say, wetin Kabiyesi dey talk na true. Despite all the allegations and accusations wey don dey come for Olori Ashley, both the fake doctors who came inside the palace to come and expose her evil deed that she's doing in the palace of Ile-Ife. My wonderful and correct people, looking at this matter right now in the palace of Ile-Ife, the Lafogido really has bring out another strategy. Yes, they are making empty threats because it's not only the Lafogido ruling house and the Gezi ruling house that consists of the royal family, because we hear that some other ruling houses are still against Kabiyesi. Yes, other ruling houses are still against Kabiyesi. My wonderful and correct people, looking at this information, we just come our decks like this now. Wetin we go talk? Yes, wetin we go talk oh? Because Kabiyesi right now is not happy with all these things that are happening. Kabiyesi right now is not happy at all. Kabiyesi is not doing anything inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Kabiyesi is just looking at the Lafogido royal houses, crossing his finger, looking at their empty threats which they are making in the palace. Because the two daughters who they are fighting for has been committing atrocities and abomination right in the palace of Ile-Ife, in front of the Ile-Ife elders, in front of the public councils and the private councils and the kingmakers also. But the Lafogido really has not come out to sanction or to mention anything about it, or to draw these women to caution and say you have to reduce the kind of way you do. Rather, they support them. We've seen many incidents they have used the likes of Ronke and Ashley just to dethrone Kabiyesi. And right now they have come outside in the palace now saying that if Kabiyesi divorce these women, that Kabiyesi will lose everything. And what is everything that Kabiyesi is going to lose? The throne. Because the throne means everything to Kabiyesi. That is it. The throne means everything to Kabiyesi. My wonderful and correct people, looking at this matter right in the palace of Ile-Ife, waiting Kabiyesi go do now. What is the next step Kabiyesi needs to do? Because they have been threatening Kabiyesi that he's going to what? They are going to what? Make him to lose everything in the palace of Ile-Ife. And the Gezi ruling house, on the second hand, has rejected Ashley and her son. And that is why the Lafogido ruling houses came out in multitude. Yes, they came out in multitude, saying that Kabiyesi has rejected their son. The Gezi ruling house has rejected, the kingsmen of Kabiyesi has rejected all everything that Kabiyesi is doing in the palace. Now the question we are going to ask is, what is next? What does the future hold for Kabiyesi and this Olorism? Especially the likes of Ronke, who has admitted that she doesn't want to stay in the palace again. Ronke has admitted that she doesn't want to stay in the palace of Ile-Ife. So my wonderful and correct people, looking at this matter right in the palace of Ile-Ife, looking at everything that is happening in the palace, what can Kabiyesi say about it? Do Kabiyesi need to call a meeting or just to leave them because they have made the threat? Kabiyesi calling them as a meeting is a what? Is a downgrade also. The only thing Kabiyesi can do right now is let them do their worst. Because the way the women, the daughters they are fighting for, they are using them to what? Commit the unthinkables. Yes, they are using these women to commit different things in the palace. So my correct and wonderful people, how una take see am? Yes, how una take see everything wey dey happen? Because everything going back and forth in the palace of Ile-Ife is not what we have today. Everything going back and forth in the palace of Ile-Ife is not what we have to say, right? Kabiyesi is now tired of these mamalawos, especially the daughters from the Lafogido ruling houses. Yes, especially from the daughters of the Lafogido ruling house, who the Lafogido ruling house has come out and been making empty threats. Because I believe they are not only the ruling houses in the palace of Ile-Ife. The Ifa priest also has to say something about this thing. Yes, the Ifa priests have to make a mention about these things in the palace. My wonderful and correct people, I say make I greet now before we continue to give now this stanza and Obonge this way they fly up and down from inside the palace of Ile-Ife, because a cold war or a royal war is what? A royal basbos is happening right in the palace. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you come across this our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please don't forget to like and share and drop your comments on the comment section so we can interact on the gist wey dey happen for inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Right now, my correct and wonderful people, everything we don dey go back and forth inside the palace of Ile-Ife. The Lafogido ruling house have started saying different things. The Lafogido ruling houses have started doing different things in the palace of Ile-Ife. Because they don't care about everything where they happen again. Everything where they do now, they know they care about them. All they want right now is just for them to what? Do all the whole things they have to do. All they care right now is just to do everything they have to do in the palace of Ile-Ife. But Kabiyesi need to what? Apprehend all these Oloris and chase them out of the palace. That is the best thing. And let's see what the Lafogido ruling house has to do. That is it. Kabiyesi needs to chase out all these women out of the what? Out of the palace. Kabiyesi needs to what? Chase out these women out of the palace of Ile-Ife. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. So my wonderful and correct people, looking at all these matters, looking at everything that is happening, what is Kabiyesi going to do right now? Looking at the things that are happening, what is Kabiyesi going to do right now? Because the gbasgbos in the palace of Ile-Ife is now becoming shocking. Kabiyesi is really, 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 really tired. The royal house right now is now escalating more problems and problems. My wonderful and correct people, I say make I thank una again. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe to our page, and don't forget to share and drop your comment on the comment section, because now here we dey give una tandan ogbonge gist wey dey fly up and down from inside the palace of Ile-Ife. Royal gbasgbos inside the palace as the Lafogido ruling houses has made a shocking threat to Kabiyesi: divorce our daughter and lose everything. What is the next step is Kabiyesi going to do? What are the next steps Kabiyesi going to do? Because right in the palace of Ile-Ife, things are happening. But we know that as far as everything is going, Queen Naomi will come back to the palace, because everything these Lafogido ruling houses are doing are just trying to stop Queen Naomi from coming back to the palace. But my wonderful and correct people, everything will still what come out in the broad daylight. Everything will still come out in the broad daylight. That is it. So my correct and wonderful people, I say make I thank you and say God bless you all. Do well to stay with us.